Aber the Tzaddikim, the Oisek b'Torah, the mitzvahs, all day busying themselves in avodas Hashem. So this is, they don't call, say, Isha Sadeh, one who comes from the field. The Tzaddikim, they come from the base of Medrash, and from learning Torah, Shadehira goes up in Chidusha HaTorah. This is what it means, Tzaddikim Asher Cholech Lifnei Elokim, with the Yud Kei Vav Kei before them, Shavisi Hashem Kenegdei Tamid. Ki ein yashivas Adam, usnuyoisa v'oischoi v'hu levad b'beiso, kishiyaviso, utenuyoisa v'asakos v'hu lifnei melech gadol. And a man who sits, his mannerisms, she'ein yashivas Adam, his manners and his movement and the way he does things in his house are not the same as if he would do Lifnei HaMelech HaGadol, right? If one was called to the palace of the king, so even days before that, that he was invited to the palace of the king, how happy he would be. He would take his clothes to the cleaners. He would make sure he polished his shoes, cut his hair, looked nice, even days before, to prepare himself to go before the king. Well, a person in his house, and he knows, and surely when he comes in front of the king, the palace of the king, so how watches the way he speaks, watches his words carefully, knows what to say, what to ask, listens carefully to what the king says. Every movement he makes, he watches his hands. Doesn't move a hand without knowing that. What will the king think? And when he comes to his house, it's not the same. And that goes in a cloud, that a person's not the same even when he's outside of his house. Outside his house, among his friends outside, he's not the same as he's in his house. In his house is a different place. Nobody sees me. Only my Anshe Beisol knows what I do, and he acts differently. Before the king, he makes sure that everything is right. Says here, the Ramah, V'lo diburo v'charabos pei v'ratzoyu V'hu iman shei beiso v'koroiv ki dibor v'moshe v'melech kol sheken ki shiyoisim adam el libo hamelech hagadol HaKodesh Baruch Hu asher mala kol haaretz ki voido omer alav v'rotzei b'masei ki Moshe namar im yisaser ish b'mistarim v'ani lo yirei ni'im Hashem. What does he say over here? So he says, how much more so when he's right before the king. Kol shekein sheyasim adam lo liboi hamelech hagadol. He'll watch himself very, very much before the king, the great king, HaKodesh Baruch Hu. What? Umale kol haaretz ki voido. That he fills the entire world. Fills the entire world. Not just a little section of the world, or not just in Eretz Israel. Fills the entire world. Every place, every corner, every inch, every minute, smallest part of anything that Hashem is there. So when somebody knows that and he stands before Hashem and he sees the godness of Hashem in everything, and he puts before his eyes the Yud Kei Vav Kei, Shavisi Hashem Kenegdi Tamid, and he sees it, he cannot help but fear and love Hashem and know that Hashem takes care of all of the things in the world, and takes care of him, and he leaves himself only up to Hashem. Gives himself to Hashem. If it would be money matters, if it would be financial matters, if it would be relations matters, he gives himself completely to Hashem, because that's what he sees with his eyes. That's what he says, Yud Kei Vav Kei, Yud Kei Vav Kei. Gives himself completely. Hashem runs his affairs. Even when somebody does something bad to him, and that somebody says that I didn't do bad to you, what happens? The guy, but you did something bad to me. So he says, I didn't do bad to you. What does it mean? Mevatel. That person should mevatel, even though that person did something bad to him, and he claims that he didn't do anything bad to him, but the other person knows he did. He needs to mevatel. He needs to mevatel. Why? Because he has to leave himself in the hands of Hashem. And I promise you that when that person mevatels, Hashem will bring it to the other person, and it will be revealed in front of the other person's eyes that he did really do something bad to the other person. That's what it means, that to know that Hashem is before our eyes all the time. Meaning, leave yourself in the hands of Hashem, no matter what goes on in the world. It will be good or bad for you, good or bad on the other side. And even if somebody claims the other thing around, let Hashem reveal to him, because of your understanding of being mivato, Hashem will reveal to the other person that it is owed to the other person. And it's really, really true. And it's amazing turnaround, because that other person was mivato, he didn't want to hurt the other person, even though that person didn't do good. That person that he didn't do good didn't want to hurt him. Didn't want to hurt the other guy. So what does Hashem do? Hashem turns it around, and shows in the other person's eyes that he's really chayiv. He's really chayiv. That's what it means. Kavisi Hashem kenegdi tamid. Always have Hashem before you, and Hashem takes you and brings you under His guidance with everything. And that's what it comes out in the morning, that a person should have in the morning when he wakes up. He should know to leave himself in the hands of Hashem.